Hello there. This is a video to show you how to wrap a baby on your back using a woven wrap. Okay, so the wrap that I've got here is a size 5. That is around 4.2 meters in length, and this is just 100% cotton. Okay, back wrapping is a bit of a skill, a bit of a learning curve. So be prepared to practice. Watch the video a few times, see what I'm doing with my hands when I'm talking about tightening up, see where I'm tightening up. So it is a skill, and do be prepared to practice when you're learning your new skill. So first of all, we are going to look at getting your baby onto your back. Probably the biggest part of back wrapping is getting your baby safely onto your back. There's lots of ways how to do this. I'm going to show you the secure hip scoot method. Okay, so this is a good method if your baby is beyond the newborn phase, but isn't like old enough to hold on. Yeah, so we're going to look at the hip scoot method. For those of you who wrap already, the start of this method will be familiar to you. So I'm going to start off with the middle marker underneath my chin, and my baby scoots underneath my right armpit, so I am going to go with my right pass first, and I'm going to set up for a front carry. So underneath my armpit, over to my other hand, and cross my back. Okay, there's half an X on my back, and all will become apparent Y very soon. And then my left side, okay, underneath my armpit, pass it to my other hand and cross it up and over my back. So I've got an X on my back now, and it's set up how I'd set up for a front wrap cross carry. And all I'm doing now is that I'm just evening off the tightness down here. So I'm making sure that it's all relatively equal. The bottom rail, my pink rail, is perhaps a little bit tighter, and my top red rail is perhaps a little bit looser. But overall, it's fairly equal. Okay, so that is how we start for a secure hip scoot. That's better. Like so. So now we need baby. In my case, it's a doll. And again, we're going to go with the front wrap cross carry. So both feet through this pass, bring the knees down, sit the knees on the back of the cloth, like so. Okay, and then I'm going to find my top hem in a second, a bit of an adjust. Find my top hem, make sure that it's loose enough to come round. So there you go, run my thumb through, it's loose, and then I smooth it up and over baby's back. Okay, and then I tighten up. And in tightening up, I'm working my way through these stripes. So I like stripy wraps. It makes it easy to identify where needs tightening. Okay, so then I'll go with my other side. So I'm fitting the wrap as if I'm doing a front wrap cross carry. Okay, there we go. So, as I've already said, my baby goes underneath my right armpit. So with my left hand, I am going to hold here, between my knees, here and here. All right, so all the way through, like so, all right? And then this side is on top, so I can let that side go. So baby is now effectively in like a ring sling. You could imagine a slip knot being here. All right. There we go. And from here, we scoot baby onto our hip and then onto our back. And every movement that you do, you readjust, you tighten here. Okay, so scoot, tighten. Okay, scoot, tighten. This side is going to get longer, if that makes sense. My hand is coming further along here. I started off quite close and now it's getting further away. Okay, so the trick of doing this is tightening as you move your baby. Okay, onto my hip, underneath my armpit, and adjust. Tighten it back up again. Every movement you do, keep tightening and keep standing upright. If you stand upright, the wrap will work for you. The wrap will support you and baby. It also prevents your baby from sitting up and riding you like a horse. If you bend over, which you see a lot of people doing, they bend over when they use a woven wrap. What very often happens is that the parent has got the top rail pinned between their teeth and baby is trying to sit up on their back. So standing upright prevents that. It prevents your baby from sitting up on your back, and that is dangerous. Okay, so baby is now on my back and I've been tightening as I go. So this pass that comes over my shoulder, that now goes between my knees, and I say knees, not thighs. Your knees will grip, your thighs will not, and you need to grip here because you don't want to lose that tightness that you've got going on there. So we're going to do a standard ruck carry here. Straighten that doll up. Standard ruck carry. So this pass needs to get on top of my shoulder. Lead with your elbow and then bring it up almost colour by colour, so you are still maintaining that tightness. Okay, all right, so I've kept the seat for the doll. That doll is safe and secure. So down between my knees, and I'm just going to make sure that this is now up onto my shoulder. There we go. Now there's lots of ways that you can do these passes. When I was carrying my own babies, I was in the habit of sandwiching. So sandwiching is where you fold in half. Let's get my doll's arm out of the way. There we go, that's better. So this is still between my knees, it's going nowhere. I used to go, you fold underneath, so you fold in half. So I'm bringing the pink side underneath to meet my red side, like that, okay? And then I would fold on top. So your first fold goes underneath and your second fold goes on top, like so. And then what you do is bring it underneath your armpit, over leg, then underneath the bottom I'm catching a corner of wrap, and then underneath the bottom, out the other side, under leg. So like a front carry, you cross underneath the bottom. With a back carry you do the same. So this now goes between my knees. Okay, the other method that you could do for your shoulder, there's quite a few methods, but the other one is just gathering. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with just gathering it up on your shoulder. Okay, so let's do that again. Over leg. You're going to trap a corner. See that? Trap a corner. And then come out the other side, under leg. So I've got that cross underneath baby's bottom. So this is standard ruck carries. If you finished here, that's brilliant. You can just tie a double knot. Okay, a secure double knot. It can be a granny or a reef, it doesn't matter. Okay, another method to finish off could be that you tie to betten. And tying to betten is where you bring the wrap over your chest, hair out the way again, and you go over and tuck it around the back of the strap. So I've gone over to the outside, tucked it around, and then tuck it down and through, and that is self-securing. All right, so you haven't got to tie a knot there, that will not budge. Let's show you that again. This was quite nice in pregnancy, when I was pregnant, and baby wearing at the same time. I found this comfortable. I found that anything around here in pregnancy made me sick. So I found having my tummy free really quite essential. So over the top, tuck it around the other side. So I'm a bit slack there, so I'm just going to pull that colour through. Go. And then tuck it down like that. And that is how you tie to betten. Okay, so what we've covered is setting up the wrap for a hip scoot. We have covered getting baby in. We've covered scooting and tightening. So every time you move baby further toward your back, you tighten. Every single move you are adjusting the wrap. You're making sure that that bottom rail is staying tight, because that is your baby's seat. Okay, we have covered getting that strap from underneath here up onto your shoulder, how we do that thread by thread. We have covered your passes here, so one side is sandwiched, the other side is just gathered, both are equally fine. And then we covered these passes going over leg, catching a corner, crossing underneath, back out underneath, and then for a normal standard finish you double knot here, and then we've also gone over tying it to betten as well. Okay, so that is how one of the ways to carry your baby on your back using a woven wrap. Okay, I am Teresa and I am Carrie Moore, and thank you for watching. Any questions, please do get in touch. Thank you. Bye bye.